You want a clean trash bag always in the bucket? Here's a simple trick. But that's just a little thing. Now we're going to do bigger things. With the right markings, it's easy to get the metal profile firmly in place. Pliers will help make the construction even safer. Nails and screws on the floor can be dangerous. It's very easy to step on them. It's a good idea to keep everything out of the way. Refilling a lighter? Not a problem. Surprising as it may sound, we need a syringe, or rather, this little piece of it. We cut it up and we put it on the bottle. You're good to go. Here comes the fire. Again, those tricky corners. Too bad you can't make a house without them at all. Well, we have to find a solution. Let's try to lay laminate beautifully without unnecessary gaps and joints. Memorize how to do the markings correctly. Use the lid from any paint bucket. It will help you cut an even circle. Done! It looks great. You don't know how to secure wire pipes to the wall? Get some more corrugated pipe. Yes, you heard correctly. I know it sounds paradoxical, but soon you will see. 2 small pieces of corrugated pipe. Screw them to the wall. Let's see how it works. Look, it's holding up great. A bank card will help make accurate measurements. Don't worry, it won't get damaged. How easy is it to clean a paddle mixer? Wait until everything dries out. As you can see, it works. To do painting work at height is not easy, especially if you're short or if you don't have a ladder. And if it's both of them, you cannot miss our life hack. Luckily, you will only need 1 rope to bring it to life. It may seem easy to mark up a piece of wood, but the pencil keeps crumbling. We can avoid that by using the border of a measuring tape. A nail will help hold the wire firmly in place. Hook it like this and wrap it all around the nail. The nail can be bent or hammered better. To hide a screw in the wood, it's good to make a small hole the size of the head of the screw. Did you know that foam cans are full of surprises? For example, there are balls like this inside each of them. If you don't remove them after work, they will stick to the vault. We don't need that at all. I think it's time for a little rest and a snack. Work has made me hungry. I suggest making a salad with green peas. Do you know how to open the can?
To start out, this hack involves holding the nut in place for long enough to line it up with the bolts. A piece of double-sided tape should do the trick. It's hard to hammer out these nails when the board keeps moving. Try hammering it through this hole in the plywood. To mark even lines on pipes and tubing, attach a metal to the side of this marker. Here's a quick way to make a DIY funnel. Simply attach a PVC pipe to the top half of a plastic bottle. If you can't decide between screws or nails, screws don't have the shear strength that nails have, so in this case, nails will be the better option. Here's a great way to store your chainsaw. Slice open some foam tubing, then wrap it around the chainsaw chain and secure it with some tape. Here's a little close-up of an interesting way to solder two wires together. Next, we'll build a flashlight using this rechargeable 12-volt drill battery. First, we'll cut out a slot for the on and off switch. Then we'll attach these disconnects to the LED wires and crimp them with a crimping tool. Drill a hole into the top of the flashlight and pass the LED wires through the hole. The wires should be able to reach the slot. Attach the on and off switch and press the switch into the slot. Attach the other ends of the wire to the battery. Now we just plug in the LED bulb. Let's take a look at some different types of anchors and how they actually anchor themselves into the wall from the other side. Here's a life hack that works on cheap locks. Slap the side of the lock with a magnet to release the latch and open the lock. If we fold over this nail with a pair of pliers and then repeat it a few times, we can make this beautiful piece of art. Although it's easy enough to make a straight line using a ruler, it's almost impossible to make a straight cut without using a guide. So let's make a guide for our jigsaw. Make a straight line across a board and mark the center of where the jigsaw blade is. Now drill a 1-inch hole centered on that mark. Cut the board in half along the straight line. And to make sure the edge is straight, we can plane off this inner edge. Remove the two bolts from one side of the jigsaw and lay down some double-sided tape. Lay the larger piece of board so that the smaller board can be lined up on the tape. Now we can drill holes into the board where the screws would go. Remove the board and drill larger holes for the longer screws. Now we'll screw the board into the bottom of the jigsaw and reinsert the blade. Next, we'll draw our line and clamp a board with its edge lined up to the mark. Now we have a guide that cuts right on the line every time. Here we have some old clippers. We can sharpen them by sliding a piece of fine grit sandpaper between the two blades. Turn on the clippers and move the sandpaper around to bring the blades back to their former sharpness. When sanding, sawdust can gather in corners and edges. To prevent this, we can place a drywall knife along the edge as we sand. Drilling holes directly into metal like this can leave a rough and uneven hole. By placing the metal sheet between two pieces of wood, drilling becomes much easier and neater. Sometimes our PVC pipe doesn't match the fitting. We can use this socket fusion tool to connect these pieces together. We'll use this for our selfie stick. Drill some screws into a small board so that your phone can slide in and out. Then mount a PVC clip onto the back. Now we can mount 2 more clips into the wall and attach our selfie stick. And if your camera isn't mounting to the wall like it should, you can rub some fresh garlic to the inside of the suction cup.